Welcome back, everybody. Today, it's my great pleasure to bring to you just a fantastic real estate agent, a wonderful human being, and a man I like to call my friend, Simon Bradbury. Simon, welcome. So glad to have you.
Thanks, Kathy. Thank you so much.
You know what? Let's do. I think today this is going to really help a lot of people because you're a sole agent, a sole agent, no assistant,
Mhm.
and just out there killing it, crushing it on yourself. So if anybody finds themselves in that position, this may be a great 15-minute chat. So hang tight for 1 second and we will get started.
This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
Simon Bradbury. You know, one of the things I like the most about you is your humility. We've known each other for a few years now, and you're always kind of feeling like a little bit different than the way people perceive you. I know you've been making big inroads into the luxury space, and your business is primarily by referral now because your clients love you so much. So I hope I was able to get through to you with the message that you're doing a great job just as you are.
Thanks, Kathy. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your real estate journey. I know that you were in property management before this and really started to hit it hard with residential real estate not too long ago, but share that journey with us.
Yeah. I started back in 2003 for a property management company. So, putting signs up, meeting potential renters, progressed into, doing leases and being involved in a real estate contract. Then I wanted to get my property manager's license. So I ended up getting my real estate license and really digging in there. So I got to work with, tenants and then landlords for single family homes and multifamily units. And I would handle the property management side of things. And then my boss would handle the real estate side of things. So I'd always stick my head into his door and, be curious about what was going on. And that's how really I got interested in real estate. And I always wanted to be in sales. I always wanted to make that jump from property management into sales. But I wasn't quite ready. I wasn't really confident enough. I don't know what was. And then the Great Recession hit. So I ended up moving out of Reno and then getting back. And then while I was away, I always thought, right, I want to do this. And I was actually in the mining industry for 6 years, but that wasn't long term. I always had a fire burning for real estate. So in 2014, I took the test and got back in. And here we are, 2022.
I don't know if I've ever told you, Simon, but I love your accent. I could just listen to you talk all day. So, so you hit it in 2014 as a realtor, and I don't know. We probably met a couple years after that. And one of the other things I really admire about you is that you're always asking questions. You're always wanting to grow and wanting to learn and get better at your craft, and it really has showed. If you could sort of look back over your real estate, let's just talk about residential real estate career, looking back, and you could tell your newbie real estate agent self one thing, what would that thing be?
There's so much information that's coming to you when you first start out. And it's really hard to decipher what is the most important thing you have to do that day. So I would say that time management is something that, I still work on, but I find that when I do apply myself and I set timelines within the day to get things done, and I can hit different areas of my business, I feel like, number one, I've achieved something, and then I'm always pushing that needle further towards where I want to be. So I think time management is the most important thing because, like I say, You've got to prioritize what you have to do that day, that week, that month, that year, and staying on track is difficult because you get pulled in so many different directions. So time management would be, if I was a new agent, assigning my day, knowing what I'm going to do for those hours of that day and sticking to it as best I can. And if I have to take an hour off to go and see a client at a property, make it up, like commit to it, and you'll feel good about it when you're done. You know, every day you'll feel like you've pushed the needle forward. You've got closer to your goal.
I think that is excellent advice. And it's something that that all of us struggle with, I believe. It's the personality type that gravitates toward real estate as a personality type who likes freedom and maybe looks at this as a way to achieve some freedom.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that the freedom we're looking for is right on the other side of this thing we call discipline, which I tend to think is a nasty word. And the discipline is to have a schedule and stick to that schedule and prioritize what needs to be done on a given day, week, or month. And the people who are able to master that are the people who really excel in this business.
Yeah.
So you're a solo agent. You do not have an assistant.
Nope.
So what, how do you juggle all those balls? Do you use a transaction processor?
I do not. Personally, I know they bring value to the table, and there have been times in my career where, you're juggling 6-8 transactions at a time, and you're trying to prospect for business, and you need time with your family. How do you do all that? And it took a while I have a system for my transactions that I do every single time. And that was passed on to me from a more experienced agent. So, instead of struggling, I held my hand up. I said, how do you do it? And she showed me, the transactions pretty much follow the same procedure, but there's always personalities, things that happen in a transaction that you can't, account for. Everyone's different. But if you have your systems down and you know what dates you need to hit, you can do it. You can manage 6 to 8 on your own. You can. So you can close 6 to 8 transactions a month and still prospect for new business, because that's where we get the peaks and valleys of our business. We get busy closing what we have right in front of us that takes your attention. And then we look around and think, oh my gosh, I haven't been working on creating new business. So how do you discipline yourself to do that? Time. It has to be, I can do 2 hours on this project, 2 hours on this project, have some lunch, come back at it. And that's how I get it done. And it's surprising, like if you give yourself 2 hours to get things done, or half an hour to get things done, or 15 minutes, you'll be surprised like how much you can get done if you just focus on that. But we have so many things to do. But if you can prioritize those things that you absolutely have to get done in that block of time, and just say, I'm going to have 15 minutes and I will get this done. 15 minutes, I will get this done.
Right. If you give yourself 15 minutes, you get it done in 15 minutes. If you give yourself an hour, you get it done in an hour. So
it's the thing,
timelines.
Just set yourself goals, and it's amazing what you can get done if you just apply your maximum focus on that project for that time. Turn your phone off, just get it done. And this all sounds good, and nobody's perfect. You do get pulled from now and then, but my most successful days is where I just attack it. I've got these list of priorities and just get after it. And but not every day is like that.
No multitasking. Multitasking is the enemy of productivity.
I can't do.
You're a guy, so it doesn't come as naturally to you.
No. I'll do. I have a list of 3 things this hour right now, and I feel good about that. Then it gives me the momentum to hit hour 2. What else can I get done? So, but there, like I said, there's good days and bad days. It's not all gravy. You just fire up and get it done, and then you'll find the momentum just comes to you, and it's like, what else can I get done?
What would you say the most difficult part of being a solo agent is?
Time management.
Did we just talk about that? Yeah.
It's
The
sticking.
solution is time management. The challenge
Yeah.
is time management.
Yeah, it
Yep.
is.
That about sums it up. Okay, folks, thanks so much for your time. We're off. What else? Right. What else is there? Once you master that,
Right.
you're on. And I know your business is primarily repeat and referral now. I mean,
Yeah.
you get you've gotten into a nest of a couple of nice families that you're doing work for. And
Yeah. But it didn't, it started off the first year. I mean, the first 5 years, absolute every day committing to how do I grow this business into something? What do I have to do? Who can I help out? Which are the agents in the office that are so busy they need help? What can I learn from them? You're on this quest to find out more information, soak it up. And, then, after 3 or 4 years, friends of the people I've done business with, they're referring me out, or they're moving. And then, around about the 4th or 5th year, I was surprised how I looked at my business and I was surprised how many referrals I was getting, from people, from just going the extra mile and, doing things that they weren't expecting, organizing help on the weekend, just being letting them talk. Sometimes it's stressful for the clients, you have to wear many hats, and getting to know your clients and what they need and being there for them is essential, because they're doing something they don't do every day, and we do this every day,
So you and I met each other when we were at another large national brokerage, and no shade out there on any brokerage,
No.
because everybody does things a little bit differently, and there's some great parts about every brokerage and some not great parts about every brokerage. But I know that you made the decision to change to EXP. What was it, about 9 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. End of the year last year.
What was your thought process? I mean, why did you even consider it?
I liked the model at EXP, and there's, how do you look at it? Like, is it a financial move, or is it more of a mentorship move? And I think because of the way the model is at EXP, I have people that are looking out for me, that have my best interests at heart. They want to see me succeed. So if I have a problem, I just stick my hand up and say, hey, I'm not sure how to handle this. How would you do this? And ask a couple different people, and, take the nuggets of information that you pick up from those folks and then try and put it together and then make it your style, and I've always got my broker to reach out to if I'm feeling, something that I'm really struggling with, but being able to hold my hand up and ask for help and get it, and not just get it, like, really, these people want to see me succeed. That's huge for me. That was huge for me, because I remember being a new agent, and I'm still, I'm not.
Can't call yourself a new agent anymore. Sorry, buddy.
I know I can't get away with that anymore. No, but I've been in those shoes. So when new agents ask, it's amazing, because you can relate to what they're going through, and I want to see them succeed. This is what I like about this company, is that it seems like everybody's on your team. Yeah,
it's a pretty amazing culture of sharing, I've found, and the thing is too is that you can get, like, for me, when I made the change, I was feeling a little maybe stagnant or stale, and the new sort of breadth of information that has come to me, and the entrepreneurial spirit that you're getting ideas from people who are looking at it in a little bit different way has been very refreshing for me. I mean, where are you reaching out to get help and get answers?
So there's a workplace. We have workplace at EXP. So, I poke my head into workplace. I see, the kind of conversations that are going on, and chip in every now and then, or help if I can, or give a perspective if I can. So there's a community on workplace. And, I call you, or I see that there's other agents in the office, at an experience level that I feel comfortable going to say, hey, have you ever run across this? and my broker. But it really is. It really is just amazing how open everybody is. We're all in this together,
Right.
and we're all going to succeed if we help each other.
Right.
And it's great. It's really, really cool.
Well, when you changed over, was it? I mean, changing companies is always there's some effort involved in it, and it can be distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that your business suffered because of it, or has been helped because of it?
I switched over in November, and that was done strategically because the saying is that it's the slower months. So I wanted to come over and dig into EXP and get settled, ready for the spring. So it didn't really affect my business. And truth be told, I was getting clients in January. So I was kind of mixing again of my time learning about EXP, learning about the options that are available to me, the training, the world, and doing a transaction in a system that is very similar to the old system. And it's not hard. And the support for the new system, I mean, it's awesome. Actually, when you're on the phone, press 1 for this or press 2 for awesome support. It was awesome support. It really was. So I was like, I'm going to call these guys again, and they got me through it. So you're never on your own. And I felt that kind of, I didn't want to move to a company where I felt that way again. And I don't,
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. Are you getting any sort of other outside training, or do you work with a coach, or are you using the leverage of all of the education available to us as your training module?
Yeah, I kind of done a bit of both. Right now, I am studying 1031 exchanges, and I am also about to start a new course on being certified for probate. Real estate transactions within the probate arena. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to Workplace. I can throw that out there. I'm going to Honey Badgers and ask there from agents all over the country, what's it like in your market? Are you seeing the same kinds of things? It's great, and referrals too. Like, you just put yourself out. I mean, good Lord, I put out a referral for another state. It was overwhelming. Hey, I'm here. What do you need? Phone call
in seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Like, you're not. If you have a problem, they can solve it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Or know somebody that can answer that for you.
That's one of the things I really enjoy: the speed with which you can get an answer or whatever you need. It usually takes you minutes or less instead of waiting to go find a broker and get this or get that. It's just like, bam, bam, you're done.
Yeah, those days are over. Okay. With EXP, it's look out, because it's coming.
It's been a wild ride, hasn't it? Okay. Well, Simon, I know you have a schedule that you're keeping, and you're a busy man. So I want to thank you so much for your time to chat with us here today, and encourage anybody to reach out.
Totally.
Absolutely. Simon's very willing to share, as am I.
Yeah.
And now get back to work, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Simon.
Bye.
Bye.